Baby, in 2024, I'm pulling a Molly.
Do you still fancy me?
Don't laugh.
Laugh in these men's face because honestly, a lot of these men out here be a joke. Anyways, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island All Stars Season 1, Episode 3. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. For the second day in a row, I have a lot of notes. And it's so funny that I'm gathering so much from the show because everybody's talking about how much they hate it. I don't. And I don't know why. Like, I don't hate it. I don't know. I'm invested. So let's get into it. Apparently Mitch is interested in Georgia. She is just as confused as I am.
I was working myself up to talk to you, Georgia. I swear on my life.
Really?
I watched you on TV. I knew about you way before this. I never thought I'd have a conversation with you.
Mitch was like talking to me almost like I'm like Beyonce, which was really odd to me, but actually slightly exciting.
I obviously do not know Mitch personally, so I don't know who he typically goes for outside of blondes. But I would assume he's kind of out of his depth with Georgia. Would you guys agree? Am I being a hater? I would think that, not that they're in different leagues or anything, but just the way that they speak, the way that they handle okay, I'm sure Georgia's not mad at it because, you know, she finally has an option and she gets another option in the episode as well. But I was like, oh, that is something I never would have put together. So Chris' strongest connection is clearly Molly. And she tries to hide it, but she's reciprocating.
You got any siblings?
Yeah, I do.
I make it my effort to make her make that noise as much as possible. Three-way kiss, yeah.
How did you feel about that?
I enjoyed it. Whilst I did feel his facial hair caress mine, snort.
Even though Chris has been very chill so far, this is the most expressive that I've seen him be. I haven't seen him be so direct with anybody else. And so I don't know what was the point of him sliding in the DMs with Demi. Maybe it was just an aesthetics thing and then he realized on a personal level it's just not there for them. Or it's just stronger with Molly. I don't know. What is it with Chris? I just feel like you're signing up for trouble with Chris. Yeah, something about him, I'm not fully there with it yet. However, with these two, they do kind of look cute. Do I see potential? Don't know, but she's really giddy around him, so that's a good sign. Anton is feeling down on himself because he's basically at a loss with Georgia.
I've pretty much done everything I can do right.
Yeah, you have.
And then it's just still not good enough.
I've obviously been doing things without thinking of the repercussions of your feelings as well. It is going to make it harder for the guys to want to get to know me, totally. But I'm not saying that you can't.
I don't know if it's just me, but I felt like she was still leaving the door open with him. Am I tripping? She didn't categorically shut it down, but she did admit that she was entertaining things with him, knowing that her heart is more so for Toby. But she didn't say, like, don't talk to me, I'm locked off. She said you can still talk to me, if memory serves me. Georgia, you can't complain about Toby's behavior when you act the same. You don't see it? Louis is somehow the Casanova of the season, and despite what's going on social media regarding him and the baby mamas and the back child support and him being a deadbeat daddy and oof, in the villa, he's actually a hot commodity.
I feel like you like me.
Okay.
Is there more? Is there more? But anyway, at least I know you're interested.
1,000,000%.
I really, 1,000,000%.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
He gives me this really cool boy, too cool for school vibe, and I feel a little bit nervous.
I get that everyone is older now. They've already been on the show, so maybe that excitement is not the same. But there's a trend with the men specifically, a little less in this episode, of them having interest yet not putting in any action. Big man like yourself, you're telling me you don't know how to pursue a woman, especially a woman who's been showing you interest. Georgia has been, I think Georgia's out of the running. But Kaz has been clear, even though he don't like her. And what's the other girl? Demi has been clear, but he just wants to be this cool guy, laid back, whatever. I'm so tired of people like forcing being nonchalant. If you are naturally nonchalant, that's cool. But you know you like Demi. You know you want to go there. So try. I mean, it's probably for the best because the things that are going on in the real world. But in the context of the villa, come on. Big man like yourself, do something. Liberty is pretty sold on Mitch. Can't blame her. There's nobody else to invest in at this point. But she's having worries that this might be too good to be true.
I want to know where Mitch's head's at because I feel like...
On day 2?
There's no point in overthinking it. I think the best, you literally said this
That's my
afternoon,
worst try.
There's nothing wrong with leaning in. We know that Liberty loves to lean in. The issue for me is I have yet to see actual compatibility. They talk about things here and there and they joke about being together, being married and whatever, but I can't actually pinpoint what it is about them that melds together, you know? So I think he might be selling her a dream and she could be picking up on that as well. So she's deciding to fall back. It's going to be to her detriment though, because I think the reason why Demi was rising up in the ranks is because Liberty was deliberately trying to be nonchalant. So, yeah. With Mitch, though, I can see Liberty being a placeholder. I think because she's so keen on him and considering how his season went, you know, he wanted somebody real bad and they went for somebody else. It's nice to have the shoe on the other foot where somebody wants him real bad. But is he going to pursue things with Liberty past this conversation? No. The next morning, they had the morning debrief in different groups. I liked that they had girls and guys mixed together. It's nice. It's a different dynamic. So Liberty is opening herself up to other people and not just being stuck on Mitch. Toby wants to still explore, even though the perception is that he's wifed out with Georgia. He's like, No, that is not the case. Jake and Georgia are doing some meditation, which really centered Jake. He, you know, has had some kind of self-discovery. That's great for him, I guess. Hannah wants to flirt with somebody who actually likes her, so safe to say she's waiting for somebody new. Chris doesn't know who he wants to invest in most, but honestly, it is very clear that he wants Molly over Demi. The man later in the episode was literally massaging her in broad daylight in front of her ex and in front of Demi. I haven't seen him be as physically affectionate and verbally affectionate with Demi at all. The person who you want is Molly. Mitch and Demi talk about marriage and kids. I don't know if I was the only one. I didn't think their connection was where it's at, but I guess it is.
What colour hair would our kids have if you're ginger and I'm mousy brown?
So if you've got it in your body and then they match up, it will happen.
What did I call you earlier? Sexy pants.
Sexy pants. I love that. I love that. We've called sexy pants.
Have you not? I fancied you before you even came on here. Late.
And I don't know, honestly, I'm so surprised.
I'm surprised too, because when did this become a thing? When? And Mitch, you're starting with the messiness again. Why are you telling all these girls, oh yeah, I watched your show, I was interested in you before we even got here? You don't think these women talk? You're giving every woman the same lines. He doesn't learn. This man does not learn. I'm pretty sure he saw Demi and thought, wow, she's so attractive, whatever. We all think Demi is attractive. Well, I do. Let me speak for myself. Georgia, I didn't know he was into her like that. And apparently he was, you know, kind of shy, working himself up to even talking to her. Yeah, tell this to one more person. The girls are going to have a conversation and they're not going to buy it anymore. George is having a conversation with Toby in an attempt to figure out what exactly happened between him and Chloe.
But what made you not trust her anymore?
Fuck, you know.
Was she talking to other guys?
No, it's just like something happened and then trust went.
But what happened?
Once, I think personally, if you're in a relationship and you don't trust them, like, it's done.
Like she went out and she was...
Something along the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as much as I say that Toby is still immature, which I do feel like he is, I did appreciate the fact that he decided to keep this to himself. He already knows that social media loves to run with things, and this is his real ex, you know? It's a person with real feelings. You don't want to be on national television slagging off your ex-girlfriend, even though you're not together. I did appreciate the decision to not air everything out. He was just saying, listen, trust was broken, and I decided that I needed better for myself. Now, I'm with Georgia. Was she talking to other men? What's the deal? What happened? What is he? What happened? I want to know because I'm nosy, but I don't deserve it. It's okay. It's fine. Keep that to yourself. Liberty is starting to get jealous because Mitch is making it very obvious that he's going to be pursuing multiple women.
It is hard when you like someone, but I can't show it. I've got to just let them do it. I just wanted to come up here and just not see in front of my face.
You don't want to see.
I'm just don't want to be second choice.
Don't make yourself second choice.
No,
bro.
obviously.
At some point, be like, that massage looked good. When do I get to experience it? Get yourself a massage as well.
In this conversation, Cass said to Liberty, don't make yourself the second option. And I think that that's an energy that Liberty puts out and doesn't even realize it. So she has a history of being the second option when it comes to people that she's pursuing. And she's now saying, like, I'm so tired of it. And Cass is saying, so don't. Put yourself out there. Make your presence known. Like, girl, you have to keep reminding this person what it is about you that they are attracted to. If you fall back, and yes, I know she's doing it out of respect, but if you fall back too far, they'll forget about you. That's just how it goes. Unless he's, like, obsessed, which is another can of worms, because why is he obsessed so soon, you know? She's an overthinker, just like me. And when we are in our heads for too long, we miss opportunities. So if you really like Mitch, for whatever reason, girl, you gotta put yourself out there. You gotta put yourself out there. Then with Mitch, it's very clear that he is enjoying the fact that he has multiple options. However, he has to rein it in. And of all people, can you imagine? It is Toby who tells him, you're messing around these girls. You are. And it might be this whole vindication of what he went through on his season, but they weren't on your season. This isn't like a justice. You're dealing with real people now. So whoever you're sold on, which is Demi over Liberty, go and make that known. Tell Demi she is the front runner. Tell Liberty, hey, you know, my interest is elsewhere. Maybe you should cast your eggs somewhere else, you know, like not like that, obviously, but you know, shout outs to Demi though, okay? Demi got 2 people talking about you, my number 1. Must be nice. In the evening, Jake is having doubts that he's going to be successful in this process, so he summons everybody to the fire pit to let them know that he's going home.
I don't want to waste time. I don't want to give my energy to someone that's just forced, it's fake. So yeah, I'm just gonna let you all know that I'm going.
Don't get upset. Why are you getting upset for?
Because I just want to say, like...
I can't just fake things for the sake of just being like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just can't do it.
3 years ago, I was leaving being true to myself, and now you're doing the same thing.
I'm struggling to realize what the rationale outside of the Liberty storyline would be to cast him, and I think he's realizing that as well. He probably knows that he was just casted for drama, so yeah, if he doesn't see it, he doesn't see it. Poor little Hannah, girl. Your one chance at something is deciding to leave. Honestly, was Jake ever going to be a stepdaddy? Absolutely not. So yeah, that wasn't going anywhere. And then Liberty took it harder than she thought she would, than I thought she would too. But it's just, you know, that full circle moment of, wow, we started this together. And here we are 3 years later. It is what it is. I hope you would find love, but it didn't work here. Like, I get the emotion. Some people on social media are wondering why she was crying. Like, I don't know. I feel like I understand it. It is what it is. His talk with Maya was, you know, cute and sweet. Short and sweet is what I meant to say. And I think they're going to be doing that with every dumped Islander because they're not doing After Sun this year. So, yeah, all the best to you, Jake. Lewis has come to the conclusion that Demi is the one he wants to pursue, so of course he has to let her know.
I've been honest, like, to the girls anyway, and just said, like, I'm exploring options, innit? Like, it's early days.
Yeah.
Like, but then today I was just like, so what? Demi's me, man.
I passed the test.
You passed the test. Jesus Christ.
I can't help but apply everything I've seen on social media to this man whenever I see him. Of course, there are 3 sides to every story. His, hers, and the truth. So this is the baby mama's account, or whoever is accusing him. That's their account of how things went. I'm sure he has his own perspective, and then there's the truth in the middle there. So can I judge him completely? No, but it's not looking good, bruv. Let's just say that. Georgia has recovered from the bad breath joke that Anton gave, and she's thinking, you know what? There could be something here.
I think me and you wind each other up in a jokey way, but we get each other.
Yeah, I like that though. I thought, I obviously wouldn't be your first pick, but you probably wouldn't have been my first pick
Exactly.
either. I like a man that doesn't care what anyone thinks and just owns his breath spray.
I know that they have banter. I know that they're both jokey people. But I really think they're going to piss each other off. I do. I think, am I trying to say that it is not possible for 2 very funny people to get together? No, I'm not saying that. But I do think that their humor is going to clash at some point. I just do. I can't tell you why. I don't really have a reason. That's just what I think. Anyways, okay, y'all could try to make fetch happen. I mean, nobody else is here right now, and the next bombshell is a guy anyway, so Anton just has to make do with what's available. Poor Cassie Poo. This girl, she is not seeing what is happening in front of her, like, in plain sight.
Most people get live, laugh, love.
No. This is even worse than that.
That's my point.
That's supposed to be a love heart, but
Okay.
it's that old that.
Oh no, you can still see the shape.
Has anyone got their U tattooed on them before?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right.
My Zambian sister. She's Zambian, right? My Zambian sister. He don't like you. He don't. And you know, a part of me is like, a part of me can see why she's still trying, because he hasn't shut it down. And without seeing the convos he's having with Demi, you would think there's an interest there. You would think that. But we see both conversations, so of course we know, oh no, like he's not feeling her. But I'm just like, Cass, come on. We've gotten to the age where we want somebody who, you know, is really vocal about where they stand with us. Lewis has not given her any reassurance whatsoever. Besides maybe being close to her when they talk, that's it. Girl, read the room. The man doesn't like, is she gonna like Josh? Maybe. I don't know. I feel like she's open, but maybe not that open. Callum wants to know if Molly is still into him, which she is. However, she does have a few choice words for him.
You fancy him?
Well, obviously, I wouldn't have spent 3.5 years with him, would I?
Do you still fancy?
Yeah,
do you still fancy him?
Oh, gorgeous.
3.5 years of me saying I just need a little bit of words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Do you care about Molly?
Yeah. What's to do?
So you just need to let her know that more.
Care about you.
Your emotional intelligence needs to improve.
Empathy.
Yeah.
None.
Nah, I do have emotion.
Like I said earlier, there are 3 sides to the story, his, hers, and the truth. But I'm inclined to believe Molly. I am. Callum doesn't come across to me as somebody who is very emotionally available, which is interesting because they were in a relationship for 3 years. So was she like shoving things under the rug for the whole 3 years or what? Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's happening there. The issues that she's having with him is that he's not very reassuring. He's not very complimentary. He puts his career as a priority over them. She saw marriage in their future. He did not. There's a lot of things with Callum. What else was it? He seems to be unable to see what his pitfalls are. And so he can't acknowledge where things went wrong because he genuinely does not see it. Sometimes he does, but it seems like oftentimes he'll be like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. You do. Be a little bit more introspective. I feel like for the most part, we know where we went wrong in situations, but Callum doesn't want to admit that. Anyways, I do think that Molly definitely does have fault in the dissolution of their relationship, but I think the majority of the fault falls on Callum. So for him now to want to be complimentary and whatever, it's not because you've grown in 6 months. And maybe you have, but it's more so because you're seeing that she's actively moving on. She processed the heartbreak when it happened. She's now in a new environment where you can pursue other people, and she's doing just that. You decided to suppress your emotions. That's a you problem. Now you want to feel the feels and want to get back with her. No, that ship has sailed. Maybe. I don't know, child. Chris is noticing the discourse that's going on between Callum and Molly, and he decides to step in and take her to the terrace. We know what happens on the terrace.
Intentions aren't clear until he's tested properly to see like what it is that he's thinking.
But if you stare into somebody's eyes for 2 minutes, you're meant to fall in love. It's over 2 minutes. For men, it's actually 8.2 seconds. So, like...
You want to fall in love with me?
We could try it. It's an experiment. I'm getting bored of this. I'm just gonna kiss you.
You kissed me? Yeah. You got for a kiss?
This is the end of us. Time will tell. Time will tell with these two. Like I said, he's coming across a little bit sketchy to me now. I would love for Maura to tell us what happened between them. Has she said something before? I need her to say something now. I want to know what it is with Chris. Because, like, sometimes I'm sold on him and other times he comes across as sketchy to me and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I know Maura's not even a messy person like that. Like, she wouldn't come out and say anything. But, girl, give us something. Because Chris, it's just not sitting well in my spirit. Y'all let me know if you feel the same way about Chris. The episode ends with a sneak peek of Josh from season 1. He's going to be a bombshell. He's only 29. So he was on the show at 19. Boy, oh boy. Maybe Hannah will have a Maybe Hannah will have a chance. I don't know. Somebody from her season? How did things go with those two? People who watched season 1, tell me if Hannah and Josh ever did a thing. Yeah. Anyways, as always, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.